Oh wow, that kicked off live pretty quick. There we go. All right, looks like we're up and live, and it looks like we've actually got somebody already on channel. Good afternoon, how you doing? I honestly didn't expect anyone on here yet. I figured it'd take a few minutes since this was an impromptu video today. So basically I'm burned out with work for the day, and so what did I do? I did a little different work. Normally it's a lot of drone stuff, but we have been talking about the 360 virtual tours. And I thought I'd show you a quickie that we did the other day for a friend of mine who owns a gallery downtown Prescott on Whiskey Row. It's called Mountain Spirit Gallery, and it's owned and operated by a gentleman named Ron Evans. He's been doing professional photography for a super long time now. So Ron's got a great collection, but he also represents a lot of other artists. And a few weeks ago, we were chatting, and I was telling him about 360 virtual tours. And we came in and did a test tour on his location, and he had a lot of fun with it, so that was great. And you know, it's interesting when other photographers who haven't played with some of these tools get to check them out the first time. So Ron had a lot of fun with it, and then he said, "Hey, let's do a real virtual tour in the gallery, and let me clean some things up because you know." Gallery owner, he's got stuff in the back, and that's just the way it is in the galleries, especially smaller ones. One of the big things with Ron's gallery is that he represents several different bronze sculptors. So Prescott's very well known for its bronzes, and I've known other people who've actually worked at the foundries here. So as you can see in this, we did this one number one, by the way, using the Theta Z1, and I used the multi-bracket again. So if you don't know about doing multi-bracketing with the Ricoh Theta Z1, I do have another video on that. And actually down in the description below, there's a link to it. And then there's going to be a link in the upper right corner after they process this. But if you want to see how the multi-bracketing and stitching works for doing 360 virtual tours with the Theta Z1, you can check out that link below. So this is right at the entrance of Ron's gallery. So like I said, he is on the historic Whiskey Row in downtown Prescott. And so not only does he display his photography and bronze sculptors, but also other painters from the area and even painters from outside the area. So the Theta Z1 did a really nice job with this, and I'm not doing this full zoom in here right now. I do have it on lower quality settings at the moment. And then we have the ability to walk into this place. Now, not only did we do this little micro tour for Ron's gallery, but when you turn around and look out the door, you can see that we have an exit to the square right here. So that exits out onto Whiskey Row and the famous Courthouse Square. So we tied his virtual tour together with another virtual tour that we've been building over the past couple months of the downtown area. And we're still working on that. But hey, let's go ahead and take a look around. Oh, and welcome to the other viewers on channel. I can't believe you guys showed up so quickly. That's really funny. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the right side. So we only did a couple of shots. We did front, and then we did some sides, center area, two more sides, and the back area of the gallery. And I gotta say, the Theta Z1 does a very nice job with this. There's a little bit of pixelation when you're on the edges, but when you're actually looking at areas that are centered in, you can get some really good detail. And like I said, Ron represents several bronze sculptors, so he's got a lot of bronzes in the shop. So it is an interesting place to visit if you ever come up to Prescott. I'm sure you'll tour around historic Whiskey Row, so you're definitely going to stumble into Mountain Spirit Gallery. Now, one of the other things, we've been doing more of these after the whole medical crisis and everything, and that it's still ongoing. We've been doing more virtual tours in the area, so people who are planning to come up here, you know, maybe when things calm down, they have some great ideas of places to visit. So these virtual tours can add a lot of value for small businesses in places like this. Let's go to the center of the gallery really quick. And so we're still looking at the back, and we labeled each of the sides right now, and we can easily take those out. By the way, we use Kula, so Kula.co. And we have tested out some of the other 360 Pano services as well. I like the price point of Kula, and there was a couple other features that I really liked with it. We've also checked out Cloud Pano and Theasys, and I've got another desktop one on here. So as we progress into doing more 360 virtual tours, we might swap platforms. But so far, Coola's been doing a pretty good job for us, and I like the results that come out of it. So let's just take a walk back into the back. So this is what I was talking about, Ron saying he wanted to clean up the back area of the gallery because that's where his little office area is and everything. So, you know, things get out of hand. Coke bottles are sitting on the counter or, you know, things like that. Maybe leftover lunch. So we did it early in the morning on Monday. Had a good time with it. Got to check it out with Ron and actually send him these along to proof. And I've got to say the colors really pop on this actually. And it's a very accurate representation of the gallery. I did have to do a little cleanup of white balance afterward for merging all of the multi-brackets. And but in the end, this is looking very much like his gallery's interior. So a nice little tour. Ron was very excited about it. He's also going to be sending along links to all of his artists that display in his gallery so that they can see, you know, the additional things that have been added to his site. And just mentioning that, let's just go to MSG Prescott. And so there we go, Mountain Spirit Gallery. And we'll pull up his website really quick. So what we did today is just added that virtual tour to his main page, so to his front page there. So there you go. So visitors to his website can actually, you know, take a virtual tour. Anyone who's popping through exploreprescott.org, that's one of our websites, they'll find this one as well. And we also uploaded the 360s afterward to Google Street View. And, you know, I've been having some interesting success with Google Street View. So we've had a lot of views of our Granite Dells series and also Goldwater Lake for some reason. We're like 18,000 something views in a month, so that's pretty amazing. I'm going to go ahead and close Ron's website, and we're going to take a walk back up to the front end of the gallery. And the one thing I wish is that when we're going in a different direction than we were, I wish that we could have it facing the direction we're going, and that's something that I don't have on Kula right now that you could do on Theta Z1. So if you're still new to 360 tours, there are a bunch of platforms out there for you to try out. So we really like Cloud Pano, we like Kula, and I really like Theta Z1 a lot too, but Theta Z1 seemed to add a lot of noise to the images afterward. So it's a lot more features, but for some reason the rendering afterwards not so great. So let's walk ourselves outside. As I said at the start of this, we tied Ron's gallery tour into our larger tour of downtown Prescott, so the historic Courthouse Plaza. And here we go, we're just moving around. So one of the other big draws to this particular gallery, Ron hosts an artist named Paul Wenzel. You might have heard of him. And so he gets a lot of inquiries about Paul's works as well. All right, let's go ahead and turn ourselves outside here. So let's exit to the square. So we're actually popping the tour across the street from Whiskey Row over onto the historic Courthouse Plaza. And we'll be making a couple changes and doing some updated photos down the road of that as well. But as you can see, when we turn back toward Whiskey Row, we're going to do something different with this particular link back into his gallery. And we can change the font, change the colors. So that's one of the things I really like about using Kula for the 360s. But you can also get right up to the crosswalk here, or you can hop on over to the Mountain Spirit Gallery. One of the other things that I like with Kula, so by the way, we're in a completely different virtual tour now. So we were in Mountain Spirit Gallery's tour, and we've linked that tour over to our Courthouse Plaza tour. Now, here's something I want to show you. Down in the lower left-hand corner of Kula, so take a look down in the lower left area, and you're going to see a button that says Plan. So you can actually put either little maps or little floor plans, and you can insert them into a Kula presentation, which is pretty cool. And when you do that, so I had just marked out a map with some of the links that we have. I didn't put all of them in, but right now we're at the Veterans Memorial. And from there, we can go to the north side of the Courthouse Plaza. We can go over to the northeast side and then take a walk down Cortez as well. Let's go ahead and click on that one. And so this is our Courthouse Plaza tour, and it also shows off the Bashford Courts and Gurley Street. And for those of you not familiar with Prescott, this is all part of historic downtown Prescott. The Crazy Sonic Fanboy, hey, how are you doing? Good to see you this afternoon. All right, so let's take a look back over, and like I said, we're still on the Courthouse Plaza tour, but when we click into the Cortez Street tour, it's actually a new virtual tour, so we're trying to break things up block by block as we're doing these. So you can actually take a walk down Cortez Street, and it's well known for a lot of antique shops and some other galleries as well. And you can also dip your own candle here. So there's a really cool candle company right here at the corner of Cortez and Gurley. You can also take a look up the road. We do have the historic Elks Theater. We've got some historic markers, and one of the other nice things with Kula is that you can, in fact, put in other static images or videos if you want to, and I've done that with a couple of the virtual tours that we have over in the Granite Dells. Oh, no problem on the mic, man. I'm glad that's worked out. So, and I've been checking your, I've been checking in on your live streams, or not live streams, but your videos as well. So I hope it's working really good for you and you're having fun with it and it wasn't too much of a learning curve. All right, so let me close that one out. So we're, like I said, we're into this Cortez tour, but we can jump right back over to that courthouse tour again. So once we're back in the courthouse tour, we could head back down to the Yavapai timeline, and we can actually follow ourselves down. Now we're right at the corner of Gurley and Whiskey Row again. So we can actually cross on over to Whiskey Row. And when we cross on over to Whiskey Row, once again, this is another separated tour. So we can make smaller tours where people are just looking around in a specific area, but you can link tours together, and you can do that in more than just Kula. But I thought it was a pretty powerful feature of it. And we can also go around Whiskey Row to the historic alleyway, and we can meander on down Gurley Street as well. So we're still filling in some of these virtual tours downtown. We still have some streets to do, and we're still doing other parks and recreation areas around Prescott. It's just we've been getting busy with some other projects. Like I said at the start of this, taking a break from the regular work of the day, because almost all of today was just dedicated to website design and work for my clients. And so I just wanted to have a little fun and also do a quick stream for all of you just to show you some of the things that we do outside of the regular business activity. So one other smaller gallery in Prescott that's also a very well-known custom framing shop is the Frame and I. And so we actually did a couple of shots in here for them as well. Now, this one is actually a little different because this was done with a 7D. So we actually used a DSLR for this particular series. So you can go further on into the framing area. As you can see, very colorful location, a lot of different framing styles to choose from. And then the back rooms further in is where they actually do all their work. And we can even put links in to actually visit their website. So that's another thing that's a lot of fun with doing these 360 tours. And then you can head back out to the storefront. So Jody's been doing all the labeling and all of the connecting of the tours. I check through them afterward. We shoot these together. Oh no, and I'm having another problem. Excuse me. I've been having some issues with the Mac mouse today, actually jamming up. So my Magic Mouse has been having some problems. So that's why I was moving that around so much there. But we can head on up to the historic Whiskey Row alleyway, and there's some interesting art even in the alleyway. So this is all part of our Whiskey Row tour. So in total, what we've seen here playing around in here today was the Mountain Spirit Gallery tour, part of the Courthouse Plaza tour, also the Cortez, and finally Whiskey Row as well. So I mean, check out MetaReal. You know what? I have taken a quick look into MetaReal. I saw it advertised not too long ago, and on what is it? Ben Wilmot, is that his name? I saw his review of it, and that is absolutely something I want to check out for doing interiors, because I guess if you do interiors, you can actually have them block it out into a dollhouse view as well. So that's pretty exciting, and we are going to get to the point where we start testing that out too. And I saw that the prices, if you have them put the dollhouses together for you, it's really reasonably priced, even if you're not a member. I think it was like $4 an image, and then if you're signed up with them, it gets less expensive pretty quickly. So yeah, that's a really interesting one that I need to spend some more time on. And if you didn't know, Prescott's got a very artistic community as well as all the awesome recreational opportunities here. This is an interesting town for sure. Then let's just take a quick look at this little one. So Jody actually shot over the fence area just to get this shot. This is where the Birdcage Saloon used to be, and one other building that burned down several years ago. So now it's a little courtyard area has replaced those particular businesses. Of course, they've also got the public parking garage here for all the folks that come up from Phoenix on the weekends during the summertime. And then you get out to the Firehouse Plaza, and you can go back to the Thumb Butte mural there, or you can actually get yourself back out. And that's me standing in the corner actually firing one of the photos. And then we get back up onto Whiskey Row once more. So there's a lot to tour around in Prescott. So, usually we're talking about all the technical issues and, how to do these shots or how to do things with drones. But it's also fun sometimes to just take a tour around town, see the really interesting place that we happen to live. I'm going to come down Whiskey Row here, and let's see about heading back across to the Courthouse Plaza and just taking you for a quick view through. Now, all of these are available on my Kula.co. You don't have to be signed up to it or anything. If you head on over to Kula and you do Explore and you type in under their Explore area, AZ space drone, you'll see all of the public 360s that we have, and then you won't see the private ones that we have for some of our realtors and some of our property clients. By the way, I got another call today. Looks like we're going to be going out to do another 40-acre raw land property that's going to be divided up into several parcels for some homes. So that'll be something coming up on channel soon. This time when we go do the larger property, I'm going to film it start to finish so you can come along for the whole ride. So let's go up to the corner of Cortez and Goodwin, and there's the historic Plaza. And then you can actually take a walk down the plaza again. There is a lot to see in here. And if you come up here during the summertime, there's usually something going on in the Courthouse Plaza every single weekend. So there's a lot to see and do. There's a lot of fun to be had. And we still actually have to fill in some of the other stores and things on Cortez. Bill's Pizza, very famous pizza location, so a lot of people swear by that place. I have allergies, so I can't have pizza anymore, so I don't know if it's good or bad, but all my friends say it's really good. Finally, let's just take a look in here. Now, by the way, these particular scenes on our main tour of the Courthouse Plaza were all done with the 7D and our tripod and then our bracket for doing the 360s. So I really do like how the DSLRs work out with the 360 brackets, and ours is the Nodal Ninja 6, by the way. But I'd also like to go through and redo some of these with the Theta Z1 just to compare apples and oranges and to see how big the differences are. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to hop off of here. This was a really quick impromptu one. I just said I'm done with the web design for the day, and I decided to have a little fun and share the latest tour of Mountain Spirit Gallery with all of you. And let's make our way back across over to Mountain Spirit Gallery here. Oh, we've got the gazebo right there. There we go. And there's the Veterans Memorial. So there are a lot of things to click through so people can really get a full view of downtown Prescott, and they can pop back into Ron's gallery there to finish off their visit here. All right, everyone. Hope you've had a great week. Tomorrow's Friday. I probably will not be doing any videos tomorrow. And we'll be returning on Monday again for the next live stream. And the next live stream, I'll tease it now. We're going to take a look at what I did for work this week. So on Monday, we're going to talk through some of the jobs that I did over the course of this week, because we've been talking about building your drone business, and I wanted to make sure that I reinforce to everyone that you got to diversify a little bit. And if it's all about drones and nothing else, it might be the case that you're missing out on other opportunities. So if you're building a business like this, maybe you have some interest in these 360 virtual tours. Maybe you have interest in doing real estate interiors and exteriors. You know, there are other things that we can be doing for our clients that tie together with the drone work. So, you know, drone work is heavy photography. There's a lot, there's a lot photographic going on, right? That's why we work outdoor real estate stuff with our drones and construction projects. We're getting images and we're getting data. But if we're diving deep into doing all this image work, then there's probably some other things that we can do, some other markets beyond just our drones. That way, if things slow down with drones, we still have some other skill sets to fall back on as well. All right, everyone, have an awesome weekend. We'll see you at the start of the week next week. And I hope you'll have a lot of fun. And I hope this was a fun video to check out for you today.